Before we touch anything, here's why you want to do this. Google Earth gives us a great way to see the surrounding area, what's going on above and below the land, and how close we are to towns and large bodies of water. It's also a great shortcut to building a base map that's actually to scale, whether we're going to finish it by hand or in concepts. It's a good option too when you're designing remotely and need to do most of your mapping without physical access to the site. And you don't need an expensive survey for it. A drone shot or even a hand-drawn map, some free tools, and Google Earth Pro get us there. We're using Google Earth Pro on the desktop. It's free software so anyone can follow along. First thing, go up to View and make sure the toolbar is toggled on. That gives us the tools we need for this process. Now we make a new folder to keep everything organized. I'm naming mine Ronnie's Land. Everything we build lives in the Places panel on the left, so naming things as we go keeps it all readable at a glance. With that folder selected, click the polygon tool and trace the border of our land. Take your time on the corners. When the style box comes up, we can set the line width and color here too. We'll show how to do this with a drone photo, or just with a simple hand drawing. If you have one, and this is by no means necessary, we can bring in an image as an overlay. I'll start with a drone shot. Since the toolbar's on, Image Overlay is right there as an icon, so click it. And again, name it. The Places panel works as a folder structure, so the more you label, the easier it is to keep track of every component later. When we're placing the image, hold Shift to scale it without distorting it. Get it roughly where it belongs first. Once the placement is close, we do our micro adjustments, like stretching individual edges, rotating, nudging it in. One thing to know if you're working from a single drone photo, it won't line up perfectly at every point. If you want it more precise, you can use what's called an orthomosaic. That's many drone photos stitched and corrected into one true top-down image, so it lines up properly to scale. In this folder, there's a document describing how to create an orthomosaic, along with links to several YouTube videos. Now we'll import a hand-drawn map. This is a great option if you don't have a drone and if the available satellite information isn't very good. See previous videos for how to do this. These contours are drawn at 5-meter intervals. Now we generate contour lines using a site called contourmap.app. And we'll bring them in the same way we brought in the image. Navigate to our location. Set our selection area over the land. Then we choose our contour interval. That's the elevation difference between each line. For this land, I'm using 5-meter intervals, the same as the hand-drawn map. While we're here, we measure a few real features for scale. Click the ruler icon and add measurements to specific parts of the image. I'm using the side of this house and the width of this area here. Doing the scale here is what we want, because these measurements show right on the map, so they survive the screenshot we take into concepts. When that's set, hit Generate Preview. Take a screenshot and bring it back into Google Earth to overlay it, exactly like we did before. If we need to change anything on a component, we right-click it in the Places panel and open Properties. From there, we have full access, like repositioning it and playing with the opacity so we can see through one layer to the one beneath. Checking and unchecking these items is handy too. It lets us isolate one thing at a time or stack them up. Now that we have a contour map imported, we can compare what it tells us against Google Earth's own slope reader. Click the ruler, choose Path, then check Show Elevation Profile. We draw lines along different points of the property and see what the slope profile is, and we check that against both the generated contours and the hand-drawn map. With all this information, we're ready to export. If we go to Print, Google Earth lets us add a title, a legend, a scale, and a compass to the map. We grab a screenshot of that instead of saving a PDF, since Concepts works with images.